everybody, and welcome back to the Star Wars Expanded Universe. Never done by Disney or Lucasfilm. Whichever way you slice it, Legends. Today I have for you Republic Commando 000. Now, why do I have a physical copy? Well, that's thanks to Quinlan Voss on YouTube. If you look up that name, it's got like a Mandalorian in the profile picture. And I've done a few streams with him too. You can find on my channel. But yeah, this book right here, of course, by Karen Travis. It may be backwards for you, I don't know, but that's who it is. So, this book, I do think it's worth reading. Uh-oh. I've gone against Matt Wilkins in Quality Autism. I think this book is worth reading. There are issues. There's one issue, mainly. Other things are nitpicky. Which is the romance in this book. Which I'll get into in spoilers. But it's bad. It's really bad. But that being said, it does not take up the majority of the book. It is a portion of it. It's not the whole thing. And so, I think if you buy a pizza and, you would hope, right, that the entire pizza is quality. But let's say you have most of the pizza slices that are enjoyable. There's two that are like, maybe not as hot as they should be. A problem? Yes. Does that ruin the entire order? I don't think so. Just isn't perfect like it should be. I'm also placing it here in the timeline, even though what it says in the book makes it seem like it's a year after episode 2. So you could theoretically put it earlier, but I put it here. My timeline is broken. This is what the Clone Wars has done to me. One of the greatest things about this book is a new character, Cal Scarada. He is a fascinating character. He's as interesting, if not more so, than Ordo in Knights of the Old Republic. And there's a Jedi who likes the Mandalorians, and I like him as well. I can see why people would be annoyed with him, because it's like, oh, Mandalorian fanboy. But at the same time, the way he's written is really good, so I don't mind it. I mean, if you grow up in a society where everybody's kind of co-workers, this is kind of what the Jedi are. Not really family. They're more like co-workers. Now, for others, they may have formed deeper, like Anakin, Obi-Wan. But you're not really allowed to have like a true familial bond, because the emotions that come from the familial bond aren't allowed. So I can see a Jedi being envious of that and wanting that and getting it from something else. And the Mandalorians are very family oriented. So the main plot doesn't really matter. There's another case of Jude Watson's books where the main plot doesn't really matter. What matters is the character development. The main plot is there's like these separatist terrorists on Coruscant, and our heroes have to stop them. But what really matters is all the character interactions. Also, a big note in this book, we get the Delta Squad from the Republic Commando video game, and they're here to help alongside Omega Squad that we met in the last book. So that's kind of cool. Yeah, I think this book is worth reading. It does have its issues, which I'll get into. Spoilers, mainly the romance. But yeah, definitely think it's worth your time. So till next time, guys. May the force be with you. Now, if you don't want spoilers, time to go. If you don't care about spoilers, if you're a veteran. So, elephant in the room. The biggest issue. The romance. Now, here's the thing. They had chemistry in the last book. If they would have started having a romantic relationship in this book, I would have been fine. One of the biggest issues is the Etain and Darman bathroom scene. And that they are Etain's talking about stuff, talking about doubt, and that's all fine and good. Until she says, I love Darman. I'm like, whoa, that's a little fast, ain't it? And then literally later on in this book, she says that she's holding Darman's child. It's just too much for a single book. If they had carried this over into the third book, I think that could have worked even better. But putting it in the second book, having them say I love you and so early, just feels really, really weird. Feels fan-fiction-y. Of course, Karen Miller is the worst, so I can't hate Karen Travis as much, because at least I enjoyed 80% of it. And I'm a cheesy dude. I like romance. I watch High School Musical. I grew up with that. But this, I mean, she's like, I can't wait to carry Darman's baby. And I'm like, ew, okay. Why? Why is it so, like, I don't know. It's weird. It's rushed. It's unearned. And it's just cringy. That being said, the other parts of the book are great. Like having Phi from Omega Squad and Scorch. Or is it Scorch or Seb? No, Scorch, I think. From Delta Squad, who were like the funny characters interacting, was cool. And another thing they really like that Karen really wants to hammer in, which I mean she's right, but she like beats you over the head with it, is the clones are slaves. They are slaves. We get it. It sucks. It's an awful situation. But she repeated over and over and over and over and over again. We get it. Saying it once was enough. It's a good perspective to have as compared to the rest of the expanded universe. But it just keeps going and going, referencing other slaves. Now it works in some areas, like with Cal Scarada, talking about it. But in other parts, it's just like, I get it. Stop. Also, the opening, where we get to see Scarada talk to Django, and we get to see some of the clones as kids. That was really fun. And, yeah, I think Cal Scarada is a fantastic, well-written character. I think so is Ordo, the clone. Etain's fine. She's nothing special. I do really like the Jusik, the Jedi who kind of wants to be Mandalorian. I do think he's written really well. Of course, people will go, oh, well, it's Karen Travis, and she just wants everybody to love Mandalorian. Fair, but you can't judge a work by the author. You have to judge the work by the work, which is why I can still enjoy movies by directors who may not be good people in real life, because it's a matter of the storytelling, not the person outside of the story. You know, judge the art apart from the artist. I mean, freaking Edgar Allan Poe slept with his cousin, or at least, okay, I'm joking. He at least had a thing for his cousin. I still enjoy his books, but that's weird. H.P. Lovecraft, very xenophobic. Still writes good stories though. So, you know, it is what it is. But I definitely think this is worth your time. Up next, I have some more Filoni-verse stuff for you. And then we'll read No Prisoners, also by Karen Travis. Until next time, guys, may the force be with you.